Okay, look, I think all of us have encountered those mornings where we wake up a little more puffy than normal. Maybe we stayed out partying all night long and ate a bunch of salty food that we know we shouldn't be eating, or even cried your eyes out. It happens. For me, it tends to be a daily occurrence because I have naturally dry eyes, so I usually wake up with kind of puffy eyes. So for today's video, which by the way, you guys, welcome back to my channel. I get really carried away when I talk about puffiness because it happens every morning due to my dry eyes. And so for today's video, I thought I would share my best tips that I have personally encountered that help to reduce the puffiness quickly and effectively first thing in the morning, because we don't have time to wait around. We have things that we have to get to, work, brunch with friends, and we can't wait around for the puffiness to go down. Today's video is sponsored by Neutrogena and their hydrogel masks. I've been using these for a while now and have been able to come up with a bunch of different tips or hacks to better utilize your masking time. One of them involves reducing puffiness, which I will be sharing in this video. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Tip number one is to do a little prep the night before, and this includes things such as making sure you're gonna have water in the morning, because the absolute worst feeling is waking up super dehydrated and puffy and not having water available. So for me, this is making sure that my Brita is completely filled up, or whatever source of water it is that you use. Just make sure that you have it available. I also love using this gigantic water bottle that I got off of Amazon. I'll make sure to link it down below for you guys. It holds 2.5 liters of water, and I think it's around 80 ounces. Definitely calculate how much water you should be consuming depending on your activity level and body weight. I tend to exercise a lot, so I go through one of these really quickly first thing in the morning. I mean, like, not the whole thing. I just, put a good dent in it first thing in the morning. But I love this because it allows me to track how much water I'm drinking, which is also gonna help to reduce puffiness, because oftentimes the reason you're puffy is because you're dehydrated, which kind of goes hand in hand with partying all night long, if you guys know what I'm saying. So I like to fill this up the night before, or at least make sure it's completely clean so I can start filling it up first thing in the morning. So again, I'll link this down below for you guys. The other bit of prep that I do involves the fridge, and you will notice an overall theme in today's video that a lot of cold will help to reduce puffiness. So the fridge is gonna come in handy. And for the demo that I'm showing you guys, I did use the Neutrogena Radiance Boost Brightening Mask, but they do have two others. We have the Hydro Boost, which is a hydrating mask, one of my favorites because my skin tends to dry out fairly easily, so I love this for hydrating. And they also have a Deep Clean Purifying Mask. I actually used this one with Deepika in our most recent Q&A video. Always a good time with Deepika. So I'll make sure to link that video up here for you guys to check it out if you haven't already. But the one I decided to use for the demo was the Radiance Boost Brightening Mask, because it does contain B3, which is gonna help to hydrate the skin, brighten, smooth texture, so it just has that little extra oomph that you need when you wake up feeling kind of run down. So I chose to use this one for its added benefits. And along with placing one of these masks in the fridge, I also make sure that my Jade roller is in there. So Jade naturally retains cold really well, but when placed in the fridge, it's gonna have that added bit of iciness to it first thing in the morning, which is exactly what we want. For tip number two, you have two options. The first being to take a shower, and towards the end of that shower, you wanna amp up the cold water. And I know it sounds miserable, but it will really wake you up, and you don't have to be under that cold water for like a minute or something crazy. You only have to be under that water for a few seconds. And as an added bonus, they always tell you to rinse your hair with cold water to help prevent damage. But I know it's not doable for most people, especially if it's cold out. The last thing you wanna do is take a cold shower. So option number two, which is the more desirable option, is to just splash your face with icy cold water. And I think that's something all of us can do. So even if you take a warm or hot shower afterwards, wash your face in the sink so you can use cold water. Or even if you don't have time to shower, you have time to splash your face with icy cold water, which again, the coldness is just gonna help to reduce the puffiness. Also, that sensation of the cold water splashing your face feels so good in the morning. If you're feeling run down, it's gonna wake you up and just really get your day started. And it's also gonna lead to my next step, which is tip number three. For tip number three, we're gonna grab our two items from the fridge, which is our mask and our jade roller. Since we have just freshly washed our face, it's a perfect time to toss on the mask and do a little jade rolling. So the mask, when you take it out of the fridge, it has 2 pieces. I always like to apply the bottom first and then hook the top piece to the bottom. I just find that it stays on the face better. I also like to grab a headband and wrap it around the edge of the mask to further hold it up. So I can go ahead and do other things while I'm wearing the mask. So you're gonna leave this on for 15 minutes, and while the mask is on for 15 minutes, you can jade roll on top of the mask. So not only is the mask cold, also the jade roller is cold, and you can just further help to stimulate blood circulation. I heard that jade rollers also help to stimulate the lymphatic system, which is what causes the puffiness. I don't know how true that is, it's just what I read online. Either way, it feels great. You cannot deny that the iciness of the mask and the benefits of the mask with the iciness of the jade roller feels incredible on the skin first thing in the morning. I like to use the smaller side of the jade roller on the eyes and then the larger side right over top of the mask to further work the serum from the mask into the skin, and overall it just feels like a nice icy cold massage on the face. Tip number 4, which you can do while masking, since again, you're gonna leave it on for 15 minutes, you might as well do other things. So this is when I like to drink my glass of water. Obviously, if you like to drink it first thing in the morning, you can, but normally I forget to drink an entire glass full first thing. I just take like a couple sips. So if I drink or if I set the glass of water in front of me while I'm masking and jade rolling, it really allows me the time to finish the full glass of water so that I'm not further dehydrated later in the day. So tip number 4 is to drink that glass of water while masking, and once your 15 minutes is up, you can remove the mask and admire how beautiful your skin looks. For tip number 5, this is the only one that involves a makeup item, and that is to make sure you have some sort of color corrector or brightener in your makeup kit. I mentioned this product in my last favorites video. It's the LANCOME TEINT Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. I use the shade 260 Bisque or 35 Beige. Again, this has 2 numbers on it, I don't know why. And this color works great for my skin tone. It's like a medium peachy salmon color. If you're lighter, you want something that's a little more pink. And then if you're darker, you want something that has a deeper peach, almost red tone to it. Brightening up the inner corner under eye does wonders for your appearance. It just lifts the eyes up. It makes you look awake, more bright-eyed. So when applying a corrector such as this one, just apply it to this inner corner, and also what I like to call like the little crevice or divot that we have underneath our eyes. That further causes a shadow that makes us look tired or makes it look like we have dark under eye circles. That's the area that you want to fill in with the brightener or corrector, and then afterwards you can go over top of the corrector with whatever concealer it is that you like to use. And aside from that, my overall tip is just to keep your makeup really light. I find that on days when I wake up really puffy and tired looking, the more makeup I apply, the worse I end up looking. So it's best to keep everything really light and fresh, like what I have on right now. I have several videos on this look. I'll make sure to link them up here for you guys. I keep pointing at the wrong corner of the screen. I'll link all of those videos for you guys because I've done this look several different times. It's just bronzer in the crease, a lot of highlighter, keeping everything really soft and fresh and dewy, because I believe that gives the appearance of being awake and happy and healthy and vibrant versus like an all matte, very heavy look that can make us look a little dull or dried down. You know what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. And yeah, that concludes all of the tips that I have for you guys that will help to reduce puffiness in the morning very quickly. Again, I tend to suffer from it daily because of my moderate to chronic dry eye. I wake up with puffy eyes, so I do a lot of these steps daily. But if you guys have any tips, suggestions, anything that has worked for you, if you also suffer from puffiness in the morning, leave them in the comment section down below. I'd love to read through those because I think it happens to all of us, especially more often as we get older. It just happens. So leave your best tips for me down below. And as always, if you guys found this video helpful, if you enjoyed it, give it a like, share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.